might be a little... Oh, there we go. Hold on. Let me see if I can find a plug-in a little closer.
San Francisco is a pretty town.
San Francisco's a great town. I just actually just rode a cable car for the first time.
Oh, you did?
Did. I'm a big like whenever I'm home in Vancouver, I ride like I've got a bike and I ride my 10-speed all over. And I take the bus too. So it's a public transport, especially when you're like a visitor in the town, kind of like I am right now. It's an easy way to kind of
Yeah.
And San Francisco's full of hills, so I looked at the hill on the way back and was like, I don't think I'm going to do that. So
let's talk about Hedley.
Yes, Hedley.
Hedley is about to conquer America.
Well, we're definitely going to at least, if not piss it off a little bit. We'll be the bratty brother in the back seat, kind of pulling its hair for a bit. And Mom, stop!
It's always good to have some rubber rousers. So congrats with the release of the album, the single, Perfect.
Thank you very much. It's nice for it to finally be out, I guess.
Yeah.
We had the record released. We were in New York for the day and bundled up. It was extremely cold, and it was total long johns and socks. And it took me till we hit the West Coast again here today that I finally delayered a little bit. But we're excited. It's nice to finally be out and have it. Actually, I just saw, and it's funny. I actually was just taking a stroll earlier today and walked past a bookstore that sells music. And sure enough, I walk in, and what did I see on the shelves? I saw The Show Must Go. So,
are you one of those people? Are you like would go in a record store and the first thing you look for is your own album?
Well, I only look for it now because I've been doing on Twitter. Because we're twats and we Twitter quite a bit. I've been doing like scavenger hunt photos with fans.
Yeah.
Like I'll say, hey, what do you guys want me to see if I can take a picture of? And some is really unruly. Some like somebody wanted me to take a picture of a guy peeing in the subway, which I couldn't convince Jake to do it. So, but somebody else has said the first time you actually see a CD in the store, will you take a picture of it? So I did, and I went and looked. I know on the first couple of records, like I was kind of a superstitious thing. We'd actually go buy the record somewhere on the first day it was out. So.
That's very cool. So did you grab it and you like put it somewhere on a display just to make sure?
No, I left it exact. I let Fate do its thing. It was marked well. The store employees had obviously done their job and stocked the shelf. So I'm not going to be one of those kind of guys that puts it out of order and screw with the alphabet.
That's awesome. San Francisco is loving Hedley.
Yeah, there you go, man.
Yeah, and maybe if you go now, it's gone. Let's hope.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, let's hope. So for the people that are still catching on to you, how do you describe Hedley's sound?
Hedley, I think, is essentially at heart we're a rock band, because a rock band has to be elastic, and with that, I think if you play it right and have fun with it, I think you can make it sound whatever you want, because rock and pop are such a wide genre. Yeah. That we like jumping around. We've had big reggae influences before. Jake's a big Bob Marley fan. I'm a big fan of like the Police and the English beat. And between that and like like adding electronic elements on this record, I think we just tried to kind of color every song a little differently and have fun with it. I don't think we never like doing the same thing over and over again, and always trying to do something different to keep ourselves entertained as well as other people.
So Hedley is part of a very successful group of Canadian artists that are really, all over the place right now. We have Justin Bieber, we have Nelly Furtado, we have Fashion Pit, we have Drake, we have Avro, who's coming out with new work.
Yep.
So what is it like to be a Canadian artist, going abroad? And
Super. I'm very proud of the music that comes from our country, and it's funny. A couple years ago, like the girls were just like running wild because it was Celine, it was Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill. My God, what a life-changing record for so many people and girls in the world. Sarah McLachlan, who put together the original Lilith Fair. Like, what a huge undertaking. And now it's the guys. It's Michael Bublé and Drake and Hedley and Justin Bieber and stuff, and Arcade Fire, and there's like such a diverse group of Canadian musicians. It's nice to be. It's a nice tribe to be from. It feels kind of small sometimes, which is great. It feels like you always kind of know somebody in another camp, and Canada's a very nurturing country where we really appreciate our homegrown music, but also music from all over the world, and try to kind of blend it in and support our artists going elsewhere.
So another Canadian institution of world fame is Celine Dion.
Canada's Songbird.
Canada's Songbird. If you could ever work with Celine, what type of music would happen in a collaboration?
More than that, what I would love to do would have been part of her Las Vegas show, because Hedley is all about putting on a giant spectacle whenever we can. So to be able to be somehow involved in the Las Vegas side of it and just have it be over the top would have been amazing. But if we were going to actually write with her, I would say that it'd be fun. Me and Jake have talked about this before, is doing like a duet in the style of like a Paradise by the Dashboard Lights, where it's a trade-off between the guy and the girl. We have a song on the record called the Sweater Song, which is very much, it's a story between a guy and a girl, but it also but it's more kind of like it's him singing both parts, I guess. But it's a conversation back and forth, and it's essentially about a boy and a girl who have to leave each other, and then so they trade shirt and trade sweater, and then they're away, and then they get back together and they get naked.
There you go.
It's a simple thing.
Let the good times roll.
Yeah, man. If the trailers are rocking, don't come knocking.
So the story is that you love your tattoos. Is that true? I see a few of them.
Yeah, I got a few. Slowly working on them.
What is like the latest one you got?
Oh, I just just before I left, my buddy Monk did this one for me. Anyone who wants to check him out, it's www.monktattoos. It's a little Bic lighter. You can see here popping out.
Oh yeah.
I made a bet with our drummer Chris that on the last tour, I was like, if I can hang on to this pink Bic the entire time, I'll get it in a tattoo. And as much as he tried to take my lighter and steal it, I managed to hang on to it. And there you go, got it commemorated, so to speak. So how about you, Arjan? Any tattoos?
I don't have any tattoos, but I'm so curious. If you start with one, is it hard to stop? Because that's what people say. Because you just continue to get. I
think I've always been into tattoos, and I got my first one when I was 17. And and I'm not as tattooed as some people out there. It's in the last 5 years, tattoo culture has just taken an amazing turn. A lot of really incredible artists doing just expanding the medium, I guess. Yeah. And a lot of my friends are tattoo artists, and I know people like a lot of all of us in the band are tattooed, and it just kind of and people always say, oh, what are you gonna do when you're 80? I'm like, well, when I'm 80, everybody I know and hang out with is gonna be tattooed as well. And I have a saying, I'm like, I want to be old and tattooed, not getting tattooed while I'm old. So.
There you go. We better do it early.
Unity.
Well, it's a great
message. Man.
It's just a great way to express individuality, I think.
Well, it's just, it's kind of just, it's like saying some people, it's just artwork.
Very cool, very cool. Well, thank you so much for chatting.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Awesome.
I was going to say, anybody that hasn't picked up The Show Must Go, check it out. And we're going to be playing a town near you, so come and check it out, man.
Very good. Well, thank you. Have a great show tonight.
Thank you very much, Arjan. We'll see you guys later.
Thank you, Dave. Bye-bye.